one of the rarest rocks on Earth, Australian black opal in the rough from Lightning Ridge. In this video, I will cut the stone and you will find out why some of the black opals you should not pay a lot of money for. I will also cut a beautiful crystal opal that I needed for a piece of jewelry. We also revisit the past. I will update you on the journey from $150 to $10,000. I will show you some finished pieces that I've made from the Yoa nuts that I've cut for my cousin Bart. I put them independent. I show you also a ring that's related to this black opal you're looking for and other things. So let's dive in and start this journey as we are packed in this video with information and it's very valuable, so watch it till the end. Hi everyone. Okay, so in this video, firstly I want to do a little bit of a recap because it's been a while since we talked about the journey that I started months and months ago, $150 to $10,000, and I've been making the videos, but it just hasn't really I haven't had an opportunity to move on from the $3,500 that we are at because of this matrix opal. This I'm amazed that it hasn't sold. It's the best matrix that I've seen, probably the best matrix you can get in the world. And so I started thinking outside of the box. What can I do? Because we need to keep going for a cause. We want to donate to charity. So I came up with this collaboration of this. There's a channel there that I really respect, and a friend of mine, William Arthur, otherwise known as Ricky, runs it, Opal Odyssey. So we'll talk about it on different things, and I'm gonna send him. He wants to cut some good opal, and he's gonna put it in a setting. So I've decided some of this matrix I'm gonna send it to him. And you know, this whole journey was always about charity. And since we got stuck, I thought, what's the flow? We got stuck with the $3,500. Haven't sold the matrix. So, well, you know, I want to sell it for obviously more than we paid for the journey. So I thought maybe we'll get more by putting it in a setting. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of collaboration with Ricky and send it to him. He will put it in the setting, and we're going to sell the product and donate whatever that is. So it's going to take away from the $3,500 and we're going to make a difference somewhere. So let's just, I haven't forgotten about the journey. I'm still here. It is all challengeable. So we keep going. And in this video, I'm going to show you just the opal I cut. I cut an opal on the last video from Lightning Ridge Black Opal, which didn't work out. And then I did a short that I was playing around making like an opal eye, and that was cool. But there is a certain type of opal that is more risky from Lightning Ridge when you're buying. So I wanted to tell you, don't pay too much for that opal. And there are signs that you can tell that in this cut that I'm making in this video, that the opal is not likely to give you clean finish and work out. So a little bit more education for those who are spending some money, and let's see what happens. We'll cut a black opal, and yeah, so watch till the end and hopefully you get the warning sign. All right, let's go and have a look at it. Okay, so here we are, and you can see beautiful blues and greens, black potch, as black as you can get. It goes from this side to there, so you think you'll go through the opal. You can see that potch. I don't know if you saw it, but there is a little bit of that grey potch coming onto the color, like a sandy bit. So that's first giveaway that this opal might be challenging. The second giveaway is the color in that color bar. Is some of you will say pinfire, but with a trained eye, you can see that it is a matrix-like pattern, which means it's got the color pretty much not on that clear glass, but on the stone itself. So it really does take a bit of experience. But when you're buying this, doesn't mean it's not going to work out, by the way. It just means that you may not get that beautiful color on color crystal or 3D, or even a thin piece of very bright color on a black porch. It's because of that kind of matrixy pattern in there. I don't know how I can explain that to you, but if you saw the Opal from a previous video, that worked out having a great color, but it's got sand all through it. Now, the other thing that this does is you can't, you can say, oh, I put a torch through it, and if it doesn't go through, it's probably not going through. Well, black opal doesn't work that way because the light doesn't go through the black porch. And just because the light doesn't go through doesn't mean you're not going to have a magnificent, really expensive black opal. So when you put a torch through this, there is no light coming through. So yes, it is, again, making it more risky. But if you haven't paid much for a piece like this, $50, $100, that's okay. But a lot of sellers will sell this as a potential black opal. A lot of them knowing that's not gonna maybe cut much, or it's at least a high risk, and still want, hundreds, if not thousands for it, and then you are really at a loss. All right, so I am going for it. I'm at the machine. I've got the wheels going. I'm still looking at it at a better light now. I've got nice big light over here at the machine. It's very, very bright, commercial strength for filming. And yeah, I'm looking at that and seeing there's colors through the stone, but it's broken up. It's matrixy-like. And let's go in, and I'm just gonna take that. See the thin part of the opal there? I just want to see the edge of it. See if it gives me anything. See, from here you could see, not mistake it, but you can see a nice thick color bar, which normally you would think, okay, that's nice and thick, and it's very likely I will cut the stone, especially that there is color on the other side as well. But you can see, and it's shining bright. Well, not the brightest, but bright enough to make a nice gem. Now, I tell you, I didn't pay much for this stone, so I can't actually remember, but it's one of my cheaper ones. Sometimes I buy this kind of opal because black opal with that beautiful crystal, thick, glassy bar can be really expensive in the rough, and it still may not cut, so you're taking a big risk paying a lot of money. So sometimes I see that it's going cheap, I buy it, and 1 out of 10, 2 out of 10, it will cut stone worth a few $100s. So if you pay, $10 a carat for this, and 12, 13 carats, $120, $130, look, it's worth the risk, because if it does cut, it'd be worth, $300-400. But I am telling you, and I want you to know, because I don't want you to be losing money on opal and getting frustrated with this industry and this, disappointments that the opal can be. And I want you to know that this is risky, and you can see already how the color doesn't quite go all the way through. It's broken up, it's potch in between, and a trained eye can tell that this may not work out. So it's still, you can see the top doesn't give you the color, and the side, especially on one side of that bar, looks very, very promising. So for those who don't have that much experience, who are spending some decent dollars, watch out for this kind of opal. See that possible matrix-like structure? It's not really that pin fire. It's more like this milky color on the potch, on the side. It's not a clean bar, even though it appears to be decent. And it's just a different opal. And it also has this curls in it too, of color. I don't know, I'm being a bit detailed with my description, as I hope it makes sense, but you know, the visuals tell you what it is. So you can tell, look, I'm cutting it, but there is very little hope this particular opal will make anything. Probably this one is actually extra disappointing because it's not even a picture stone. It's got solid color on top. But look, let me know in the comments if it's worth me doing these videos where the opal doesn't actually work out, because from my perspective, I would want to know this when I'm spending money on opal, when I'm starting, or even if I'm just, you know, a couple of years into it and I'm not in Australia and I don't have relationships with buying the opals and I really want to buy, I want to know everything possible. So I buy right, because that's where we make the money. We make the money when we buy right. And you can see this one, guys, worked absolutely nothing, and this is what happens. And I hope that is useful information for you. Let's go and do it. Actually, before I cut the crystal, I wanted to show you this. See, this is lightning rich black opal, and it's in the ring that I made, and that came from a very similar opal. And I just wanted to show you this, that it can work out like this. It's a flash of green, but it's nice. Look at that. And it's bright and it's valuable. It's few $100s. This is a big opal. All right, let's go to this crystal now. What I find a less risky opal. Look at that nice thick caliber. Still risk. This is small one. I'm cutting it because I need a teardrop shape for a setting I'm making, and I have exposed this side and I saw this beautiful color. Now this is Kuba, which I find the least risky opal out of all of them to cut, and I would urge anybody that's starting or learning or is a few months into it or on the budget, just go Kuba. Crystal white opal Kuba. Risk is the cracks, and this is still risky. As you can see, there was some sandy bits, and there is what appears to be there, a crack. So that scares me a little bit. However, I have used the torch, so I am kind of cheating here a little bit, because for entertainment, wow, you know, maybe it's a crack. What's gonna happen here? But I know it doesn't go all the way through, and it's not. It's a natural crack. It's actually just the way the color has formed that's dividing, and you can see that is there. You can clearly see the crack, but it's not deep. It's not all the way through, and by the time I shape this opal, I am confident that this will work out quite well. And yeah, I'm making this opal for a gift, so I want it to work out pretty well. But look at that orange. Look, this is a beautiful, like, I love this little stone. Now it was under 2 carats, like 1.8. So I'm hoping it's gonna make a pointer, because it was quite thick and I need to round the back, so a bit of weight being lost there from that potch, and it may actually work out double-sided. I don't need double-sided, but look, if I can get it and expose the back with further color in the setting, that's a bonus. But look at that. I'm loving this. This is a beautiful opal, and you'll probably end up being you'd be under a carat, so it'd be a pointer. But look, if you buy these little stones, and another thing is like the development of the skill and your fingers with the little stones. Now, I don't suggest you do this quality as you're learning, you know, how to work with your fingers. Maybe get some white opal that has less color, so you don't stuff it up and lose too much weight. But it is great for your fine motor skills. So I would practice in a lot of little stones and shaping it freeform as well, if you can, without the stencil or anything yet, just to see if you can get, you know, the shape you desire without the stencil and the marks, because that also trains you quite well and trains your feel on the machine. It just makes it easier, and by the time you get the setting, you know, you can measure the stone to setting. Yeah, of course, you at some point get the symmetrical shape, you know, and shape it to that to make sure it fits perfectly or looks pretty good. But anyway, we'll keep going and let's see what we've got here. And I need some water on the wheels. All right, some more water on the wheels, and look at that, how much color there is. And that's not a crack, that's just the division between color and potch. And see, double side, color on both sides. Obviously one side, the facing side, is much better, but that's what we've got. The tear drop is shaping up pretty well, and believe me, in my hand this looks much better. Now I've gone crazy with the water, and there's another one of those gold settings that I'm making. That's the setting I want it for, and that's gonna look pretty well in there. So, all right. Nova wheels, felt pad, cerium oxide, polishing, finishing it off, and we're pretty successful here. We're pretty successful here. I can't stop looking at it. Look at it. Look at that color. Crazy. Gold, orange, green, blue. Everything in it. Some things, great things, come in small packages. So we're done here. And I want to show you just a couple of things from previous videos, just to know, you know, the journey of the stone. The first thing is this meant to be awesome stone that I cut, black stone that I cut in one of the previous videos. I've put it in a setting now. Not selling it, not for sale. I love it too much. It's such a unique pattern, and it is done, fit pretty well. And yeah, 16 by 12, beautiful oval in sterling silver, and that's gonna probably be a gift to somebody. I don't know, I'm keeping it for now. So that's what happened with that one. Last but not least, the two Yowanats I put in, they are 12 by 10 ovals. So this is the one that had just a little bit of color in that eye there, and this one is beautiful. So that's still a little bit of sand there, but look at that beautiful crystal. I think, what do you think? Bart will love it. I mean, it's not an expensive opal. You can see my previous video and the story. He got it in a servo station payment for petrol. So, and just to end this with this beautiful matrix black crazy color, if you guys want to buy it, go to my store, Oz Opal store. You can make me an offer too. There is a function, make me an offer, if you want some of this. I mean, there is not much out of it. It's a fraction of the cost per carat compared to any other black opal, but the color is insane. And watch for the journey where we create something with it, and then we will make a difference to somebody. Ricky or William Arthur from Opal Odyssey, and I will collaborate on that. He's a good man. Watch his channel, subscribe to his channel. He's been posting less because he's moved places and set up his new cutting room. So be patient there with that channel. But he loves Opal, and I thank you all for this. And hopefully you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe, like if you haven't already. I really appreciate that. Or join the memberships for a discount on the Opal as well. Thank you.